you got to make it happen however you can make it happen. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's kind of the theme of today's episode. I'm going to go ahead and intro the show before we get too deep into our whole conversation, because I know we have a lot to talk about. You are listening to High Expectations, the podcast where you can learn a exuberant amount of information. Today we are here with special guest Ejay Torres, founder of BIGBRAIN Studios. Ejay, what's up? How you feeling?
What's going on, guys?
What's up? What's
happening?
Hell yeah. It's going to be a good day. The weather's really nice here in Vegas for anybody else who's living in Vegas. It's beautiful right now. Ejay, can you just tell us first off who you are? You know, what's the average day for Ejay Torres like?
Oh man. Straight up making shit. Like all I do is like make things digitally. So we make music, we make videos, we make pictures, graphic designs, all that stuff too. So like a lot of the edits and pretty much my daily process is just editing and then shooting most of my days for like brands and businesses and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you always want to do that?
you know what? I think in high school, bro, like fuck high school. High school was trash. I don't like the school system.
Fuck the school system.
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. So I mean,
the only good thing that comes out of high school is you meet some good people. Hopefully, you know, ideally you meet some good friends.
you guys have like viewers and shit like that are like in college and whatnot.
Probably.
Yeah, let's say probably.
Straight up,
so.
like fucking school.
Nah, it's all right. They know. I feel like people in college are like, fuck the school system.
Yeah, for sure.
You literally have to pay a bunch of money to take like English class when you're major science. You know? Like, all right, give it up.
Yeah. Sorry to like get you off track, but
no, it's all good.
You know what? I didn't know it was gonna be video editing, but I did know that I wanted to do something like super fucking cool. And creating a business around video production and video content was like the thing now.
Yeah.
The way I see BIGBRAIN Studios is like a catalyst to get me and my homies to get where they need to be. For example, like Aiden wants to be like a big time like DJ and a big time music producer for like really big like rappers and like events and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy's like a pure creative person. He loves his spot is in like creating art. So he's like doing that on a daily basis. It's like living a dream, bro. I do this like full time. So like, I don't know, man, it's just so fun. I do this full time. So it's like most of the things that we're doing is unreal because of the fact that, man, like we're working with like 2 7-figure clients. And the guy the guy that we're gonna be shooting a podcast with, he runs an ATM business and makes like $2 million a year.
Jeez.
He
shocker, the ATM business is profitable.
Yo, ATM business, yo,
we see the fees.
Yeah, dude, the ATM business is huge out here. It's nuts. So he's trying to do a bulletproof ATM. So it's like a clear fucking, like, imagine ATM, but it's clear and it's bulletproof. And he's trying to like automate it to where like when you go up to it, you type in your phone. You guys have been to like the ATM drive-through?
Yeah. Like, yeah, at a bank.
Yeah, at a bank. So you can type it in and then you go up to the ATM and it'll automatically deposit it right into your account. So this guy's like super like dope. He's trying to like make the process of getting your money seamless and faster. So that's one guy we're working with right now too. Like he's trying to shoot a podcast too. He wants like porn stars and like all types of people from Vegas, like just crazy motherfuckers. Like, yo, there's this guy. You guys know what Bang Energy is?
Yeah.
We're trying to get him on the podcast, but he's kind of like a nutcase and shit.
The dude who runs Bang?
Yeah, dude. He's kind of nuts.
Yeah,
so.
He kind of is nuts for sure. He's a very I don't know who he is. He looks like he drinks a few bangs a day. You know what I mean? Like he's very.
He's just constantly testing them.
a few bangs and maybe some more, but who knows? Yeah. But that's awesome that you guys are. That's actually a really cool idea. The ATM thing.
Oh, the ATM thing. I was gonna go even back a minute or two and say how cool it is that you created this business to help everyone and yourself just like live this dream and just live everyone's passion. And like that's kind of how I started my sports podcast. Is kind of just to like get everyone into the sports industry, and like we would love to just travel and go to sports games and do journalism and do all that. And like the only way to make that happen is to create a platform and go out and do it, and then
100%
build your brand. And so like the more people you work together, and then we have a couple buddies, I'm not going to say who because it's still in the works, but I have a couple friends back home that do like drag racing and motorcycle stunt racing and stuff. So like I'm going to add them to the thing and basically do what you're doing, but kind of for them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I was actually having a conversation with Aiden, like, what was it, 2 days ago? He asked me like how I stay so grounded in the process of like me like trying to do like all these things for the people around me. And I honestly tell them like, dude, it's like fucking you guys, bro. Like you guys are the ones that make me want to be better. You guys are the ones that like push me. And I have to keep myself in check every fucking day. Because if I don't, then the whole entire fucking business crashes. What we do crashes, our dreams crashes. And if I don't keep myself in check like every fucking day, then what's going on? Like why are we not like living the dream, the life that we want to live? I mean, we got to a point where like we're full-time content creating for like really cool people.
Yeah.
And I want to take that like to the next level. So off of what you said, like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I really respect that. Like when you say like they're the ones that keep you grounded, you know, in a sense, you know, you started Big Brain as, you know, as this leader going into, you know, this brigade of trying to conquer your dreams, right? And just this mindset of, you know, I don't want to work for other people my whole life, so I want to work for myself. How can I do that? Okay, well, let's do this and let's move forward. But relying on these people that are in business with you and in life with you to really like hold you down. And it is that motivation that you need, where it's like you think to your family and friends and you're like, you know, eventually one day I don't want you guys to have to work, let alone me have to work, you know?
Yeah, I agree. That, I mean, that's the biggest thing, man. Like it's, you could do it alone. You can, but it's not as fun.
It's not as fun,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
not as easy.
Yeah, 100%. That's why it's like so important to like outsource people's talents. Like Aiden and Jeremy are really good at like creating and making music. So it's like everyone's really good at what they do. And one thing that like you know, this triple down on their strengths.
Yeah.
So like for example, I'm a very good operator. Jeremy's really good at making art. Aiden's really good at making music. Mendy's really good at like the marketing aspect of everything and business operations. So it's like you have to outsource that, because if you continually like try to like make them do things that they are not good at, it's like it's a really stressful for them in the in like the exchange. So it's like, yeah, like even yourself too, like, you know, we all suck at some shit.
Yeah,
so
for
like
sure.
fucking
Easy.
Yeah, exactly. We like I'm good at very little things
In the
but-
scope of everything, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like
like-
everybody's probably good at like 10 things.
Yeah, like I'm good at like 1-2 things. So it's like you gotta fucking make sure that like, you know, the people that are around you are like also like they have their skills and talents and all that shit too. And you want to make like outsource the fuck out of that shit. So it's like it helps a lot too. It like relieves the stress on yourself and everyone else as well.
It's good that you guys have it's like you guys are like LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade
Right.
on the Heat. You know,
the
you got
fucking
your,
Heat,
your 3 pillars, and then, you know, you start adding pieces here and there.
Alley-oop.
Pull them in, pull them in, pull them in.
Yeah.
Everybody does what they does. Pull them in.
Yeah.
We need a 6 man. Pull them
Yeah,
in.
100%. That's the beauty behind it, having a team behind your back.
So it's you, Aiden, Jeremy, and then what's the guy that does your marketing's name?
His name is Isaiah Mendiola. He
And you guys call him Mendy.
I call him Mendy.
I'm gonna call him Mendy too.
Yeah.
That's a lot easier.
Yeah, if you meet him, yeah. His girl has a lash business out here. It's called Hello X Mary Lash Boutique. She just opened up a shop, so he does like the marketing and stuff for them too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out her store.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
real.
real.
I'm getting my lashes done and shit.
Get your
you know?
lashes done. Hey, I get my eyebrows threaded sometimes. I don't get my lashes done.
Yo, do you know how expensive lashes are?
Lashes,
They're-
all
dude.
female, like not female, all women like lash and hair
beauty
and
and
nail
all that
beauty.
shit?
Beauty is so
Yeah, it's
expensive.
It's
dude.
hella expensive.
It's
I didn't
nuts.
dude, I didn't realize the like the fucking scale of like what it means to get your lashes done. It's like 100-200 fucking bucks.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
ridiculous.
That's
And their hair,
insane,
like
yeah.
our haircuts, like if you want a haircut, like the most I think you'll ever pay for a haircut as a guy, like is like $40 maybe, unless you're
Yeah.
getting like some really crazy shit like done. But like girls, they'll pay like 150.
Where do you guys get your haircuts at? Speaking of, I need a guy.
My homie, do you remember Rudy?
Rudy Bukasa?
yeah.
Oh my God.
So-
How's that motherfucker doing?
Bro, he's great. He's cutting hair. He's chopping a lot of people up. He's like a barber now.
Where does he cut hair?
He cuts so he does mobile barbering, or you can come like he either will cut you up at his house or he'll cut you wherever you are.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so
Yo.
shout out Rudy _cuts on Instagram.
Dude,
Yeah.
let me
Cuts
know.
with a K.
like your homie with the fashion brand and like Rudy and all that shit. I'm trying to, I'll make a video for them for free. I'm trying to like market it as like a promo videos. So like when I do like bigger like barbershops or like bigger fashion brands, they can see like
what you're doing,
what I'm doing. So
yeah,
like,
that'd be dope. They would love that.
yeah, I've been reaching out to people like to do like fashion and like trying to do like fucking like bakeries and all that shit. Like I'll make you a fucking free promo.
Yeah.
Just like let me like shoot the thing so I can like use it as marketing collateral in my business and all
That's
that
a
shit too.
really great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely, we can tap in about that after
Yeah,
we get done here. But yeah, I'll definitely let them know. They'll be ecstatic. That's fucking dope.
That's the cool thing about podcasts too, is like the people that you bring on, it's like it's marketing collateral for like you guys and shit too.
Yeah.
It's super dope.
It's
So,
really ultimately like a platform for like it, as we keep growing, it helps us, right?
Mhm.
And every time a guest comes on, it helps us because it's different people listening, and you have a different group of people following you than per se Derek did, who was on our last podcast, and following him, and vice versa with all of our other guests. And so as we can bring that audience together, now it also increases the value that we're adding to our guests, because now not only are you just getting the people that would normally listen to you, but you're getting all these people that we've accumulated over time that religiously listen to our podcast. And it does like ultimately for us, I think one of the biggest things is like spreading knowledge and information, and like allowing, as we grow, like to give other people the opportunity to present their platforms. And, like, that's why I say, like, shamelessly plug everything you do. If you do something, talk about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would you, like, it's like I feel like, the cycle is like when you first start to decide you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to, just change your life for the better, right? The first cycle is, you tell yourself you need to do all these things, and, you don't do them. Right. And then eventually you tell yourself you need to do all these things, and you do them. And then you start growing from there. And it really just like, as once you flip that switch and telling yourself, like, I'm going to do something, and then you start doing it, it just really allows you to grow. And I think like with this podcast, like, it really presents us with a unique opportunity, like, especially with people in Vegas for now, until we get bigger, like, to really spread the hard work that people in Vegas are putting out. Like, because there's a lot of people that are entrepreneurs here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In one way or the other.
Yeah.
Speaking about shamelessly plugging all the Las Vegas entrepreneurs and our friends, our buddy Jake Gallen has the Guest List podcast, and it's literally dedicated to Las Vegas entrepreneurs, and he's almost at 100 episodes.
Straight up.
And
Shout out Jake.
He's booked for
Shout
months.
out Jake, the other Jake.
Yeah, and he's booked for months, so there's plenty of Las Vegas talent still to be found and to be seen and heard from.
Jake's a beast.
Yeah.
We shot a couple of podcasts with him. He's a fucking beast, bro. He's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I've learned from podcasting is kind of just like been in his shadows, and like we're in a group text, so it's like any questions I have that like I've seen him do, I'm just like, hey, how do you do this? Like, what's your advice on this? Like, how should I go about this? And yeah, no, he's got it down.
Hey, so he's doing that what is he doing? He had the picture where he was like all shirtless and shit.
Oh, the man of the year.
Oh, Las
shit?
Vegas man of the year.
Yeah.
This man got swole. Is that his actual body?
He's in shape. I don't know when that picture's from, because he looked to me. No, he's in shape.
Photoshopped on. He's just like ripped.
I didn't know he was fucking
Bro,
ripped, bro.
He's yoked up. Shout out our
shout
boy
out
Jake.
Jake,
Hey,
yo.
this
I could
Jake's
guess
a little
this
yoked up
podcast.
too, though. You know what I mean? I wear the baggy clothing, but
Hell yeah. He did look a little younger in that picture for some reason. I'm not 100%
Nah,
sure
he
why.
was-
Maybe it's because he was shaved.
He
but-
was beefy, boy.
Yeah, no,
Like, he
no,
was good.
Yeah, for sure. But
Hey, yo, you guys better. What are we doing? Voting for him and shit? Or
oh yeah, we voted for him.
All
Hell
right,
yeah.
we gotta vote for him.
yeah, I voted for him last night. Okay, I saw it on Instagram. I was like, yeah, let me plug my boy
Where do you
Jake.
go?
I
it's-
can share the link actually. I'll
yeah.
post it in the
Oh, yeah,
description,
put the
but
link, yeah.
I don't know the exact website or exact information, but
Oh,
I can
okay.
post it for sure.
100%.
Oh fuck, what was I about to say?
This is good. This
Real
is
quick.
good.
Sorry if you remember.
Oh yeah, just real quick. I think it's like awesome that, like, I would have never known that you and Jake would have, like, I know you and Donny knows Jake technically, you know what I mean? And then your guys' worlds collide. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
so crazy how people who are like entrepreneurs and doing things, you're eventually going to meet up with other like-minded people. And that is like truly the universe, just bringing people together that like,
Dude, it's like a fucking it's like a wave, bro. Like when you see people doing shit and like for example, like what I've understood working with like really like high income individuals, all they really do is hang out with like high income individuals.
Yeah.
And it's like this fucking, it's like a agreed upon way of thinking, because when you're like around people that think like you do, it's like you attract it. One thing that I've understood about success, it's not you pursuing the money, it's you becoming an attractive person and then upping your value in the marketplace.
Mhm.
that's awesome. I really like that. Definitely going to clip that. That's how I remind myself. I gotta do some crazy shit in the background, and then like as I'm going through to look for the clips, it's like, oh yeah, there I am.
Are you guys doing reels and shit?
No, you know what? We actually one of our other homies just told us we need to start doing reels. We're gonna up our game. Like reels and TikTok, like the amount of views you get on that is just ridiculous because people sit there and they go,
exact, dude. I made a bullshit coffee. It's not bullshit. Sorry. Like it's really good. It's really good. It's a really good coffee video of like a really like high quality like B-roll cinematic of us making coffee.
Yeah.
That shit got like 2K views in like 2 days.
Wow.
That's wild.
So if you guys can like put bits of information on like reels or like TikTok and shit, you guys can probably get some like cool ass traction. Bro, I'm on my so my BIGBRAIN Studios Instagram, I only have like 190 followers, 190.
Yeah.
And then like we're getting watched by people that are verified, like 10, 20 people that are verified.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
So like if you guys fucking mix some, like,
we need to get on the reels for sure. We definitely need to branch out to TikTok too. It does get difficult for me personally, and I know Donny works too. Like my job, like I'm there, like granted I only work 4 days a week, but like I'm there for 8-9 hours every day from either 2 to 12 or 4 to 12, some crazy shit. And it's like
you trying to get out.
I'm trying to get out, man.
Yeah.
I want to.
I was gonna say, yeah, we're in the slow transition of making content our full time. Like we're still in, like, it hasn't been a full year of any of our projects yet. So like I would say we're still in year one of everything. Like I would say we've came a long way, but I definitely in like the next year or 2 years, maybe I want to try and make all of this full time.
What's your plan? Are you guys like gonna like? I think podcasts need like sponsorships and shit.
Yeah, so that's the
sponsoring and influencers.
So for us, I wouldn't even say like podcasting will probably never be our main source of income because we both like I'm an investor first and Donny invests as well. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, that's dope.
So like I think most of my money's gonna come from that.
Yeah.
Right. Essentially, but that will allow me to live life freely and focus on these things that are more creative. And, I don't have the stress of having to go to work, knowing that I'm making enough to pay my bills, but like really all the money I actually make is coming from stock. So once I can just make a little bit more, then I don't have to, necessarily work. And that's like, that was what I wanted to bring up about the reels and the TikToks is like, it's so time consuming, especially for people who do have one job, let alone two. Was there ever a point in time where you were content creating and working at the same time? And like,
yeah.
How did you go about managing that?
Yeah, real quick before you start there, when did exactly all that start? Like, when did you start content creation? Like in the beginning?
Dude, like, so we're just, it's funny how we just like get locked in a conversation.
Yeah,
and, like,
no,
it just
for
goes
sure.
off everywhere. So I actually started first in, and you guys know what MLMs are? Like network marketing.
Mm-mm.
It's like where some guy recruits you into his business,
Okay.
and then like you start selling for him, and then what you can do is you recruit people. People in your business. Yeah.
So I did something like that called Primerica at one point.
Oh hell yeah!
You did Primerica?
Yeah, dude, it was nuts. Yeah, that's where it actually started off. That's what actually, like, honestly, like, even though there's a lot of things I don't really agree with the business and how they do things. That was actually the first, my first exposure of what it means to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So when I was in Primerica for like 3 years. I was like, yo, content's fucking king. And I was trying to put out content and shit, talking about like the product, trying to talk about like the services and all that. And they didn't like that. So like they were saying that we couldn't do that, like compliance issues.
Right.
So I was like, why? Like fucking making content online is the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So I started making podcasts and shit about like self-development, like mindset, like just like all that, like just talking about like what I learned in books and all that stuff too, like having people on and in the business and all that stuff too. That's where I actually started from, making videos. So I started from like making podcasts, and then I was trying to do that because I wanted to bring more exposure to me as in like a network marketing space.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I've come to find out, it was the process of doing that is so hard because of the fact that like what you're doing is you're selling fucking insurance.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you make a fucking podcast about selling insurance and shit?
Yeah.
So it was hard. So then I was like, so fast forward 3 years later, I got fed up. I couldn't tolerate it because I was like, man, what we're doing, I'm not saying that the Primerica business is bad, but I'm saying that there's things that they can work on, especially with how things are, especially like making like content online and all that stuff.
That just seems stupid to me.
Yeah, it's like I think there's some things they can fix, and I was like, I was like, why am I trying to like reinvent these people's fucking wheel? Like when I can just fucking make my own. So after I moved from Primerica for like 3 years, and it was a tough 3 years, bro. Like I was trying to like message people on social media and shit, and they're like, bro, you're weird. Why are you trying to sell me insurance?
Right.
I was like, fuck,
they're like, bro. I'm 22. I don't need life insurance.
I was like, I'm trying to live the fucking dream.
Yeah.
But I left it because I knew that I could. Well, okay, I didn't see the value of Big Brain Studios until like recently, like last year. But what got me on the journey of making videos was when I approached a guy named Amir. Do you guys know Amir?
Amir Amar?
Yeah, Amir Amar.
Like I've heard of him.
I do know him.
Yeah,
he went to high school with us.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like if I saw him, I would know him. But
yeah, he's like he's a cool dude. But so we got together, and he was like, "Yo, I'm starting a digital marketing agency. Like, I want you guys to like shoot the photos and videos." And then that's how I actually met Cena. So from that moment on, I was like, oh shit, we can make money.
Yeah.
Like making videos for people, making videos for like brands. And that's what like propelled me on like this idea of like making Big Brain Studios. After Amir, I met Cena, and me and Cena had a podcast.
okay.
Well, it wasn't mine. I was just shooting all the podcasts with him. That's how I met Jake. Yeah. That's how I met Mo. That's how I met all these people. We did like, damn, how many episodes did we do? Like 10, 12? I don't remember. That's what got me. That's when I made Big Brain Studios, and I was like I for sure want to use this skill and like passion for making things, something that I can like use and leverage to create value for others, and then make money off of it as well, while still building, like having my friends with me as well.
Yeah.
And then just recently, we've had a lot of traction in Big Brain, so it's been really good.
That's awesome. Yeah. No, I know we've been friends for a long time, not necessarily hanging out every day here and there, but I've definitely had you on Instagram since we've known each other back then. I actually remember when I think you did a post with Amir probably around the time when you were talking about it. And I remember seeing that. And then I remember it transitioned into you doing Big Brain. And then from there, I've really just seen like so much growth. So it's awesome to see. I love seeing people like come up around and just like really find their niche in what they're doing, and, you know, make a successful business out of it.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, that is the entrepreneurial goal. You know, as much as everybody says I'm an entrepreneur, not until you make a business that is actually supporting you and making revenue for the people around you as well in your business, then that's when you're truly an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
At least successful,
mm-hmm.
quote unquote. Because what is success? You know?
Yeah. It's not necessarily. Yeah, the cool thing about what you do is it's not necessarily about trying to get money from others just to help yourself. Like what Jake was saying is you're trying to create value for them. It's like one of those things, like in a very simple way, is like, how can I help make you $100,000 so I can have 30% of that, or so I can have 10% of that, or whatever. So it's like you're really trying to create real value for them, and not just run a business like scamming people and scheming. And that's the cool thing I like about content creation is like
you have to really scammers.
Yeah, you have to really provide value, and you can see what you provide to people just point blank. Like you said, it's content. It's like you can see it. It's out there.
Yeah. I think that one thing is like, I think when you get to like a certain point, like what you're really doing is like you're really having to really put your ego and everything aside
100%
to fucking build your goddamn life. Because if you don't push yourself and like your feelings like, oh, I don't feel like doing it today, like bro, you have to like push your ego aside to fucking build this thing for you and the fucking people around you. Because we all deserve it. We all fucking deserve the life that we all want. But what it takes is you having to like really step out of yourself. Like I didn't feel like doing it today. I didn't feel like waking up at 6 a.m. I didn't feel like doing this shit. It's like, nah, bro, fuck that. Like you have to do it for them. You have to do it for your people. I have to do it for my girl. I have to do it for my friends. I have to do it for the people that I'm providing this service to. Yeah, dude. Like,
and that goes back all the way around to keeping yourself in check. Is just like there's those days where you wake up and there's not gonna always be people to be like, hey, get going. Like it has to be you yourself to get yourself going.
Yeah, dude. Selfless service. No one's fucking coming to save us, bro.
straight
Right.
up.
Nobody.
You, only you.
Yeah.
You got it or nobody does.
Yeah, dude. Like if this shit goes down, bro, it's all on you, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never understood why the captain went down with his boat until, becoming an entrepreneur. It's like, where else are you going to go, man?
Yeah, no,
You built it up. You built it up. You crash and burn with it, man.
One of my favorite sayings is like, I'll go down with my ship, but you'll never catch me swabbing someone else's deck or something like that. Like, I'm not going to just sit there and scrub someone else's boat for 10 years when I have a chance to be my own captain. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
I really like the have to mindset though. One of the things that Joe Rogan said that has always stuck with me is like, you got to look at say, let's use running in the morning, for example, because that's something a lot of people want to do. I want to get up and run and I'm going to run a mile and, and then they don't do it or whatever. But you have to look at things like that. Like it's like brushing your teeth. Like, does anybody ever want to brush their teeth? Like, do you ever just vibe and be like, oh, I got to brush my teeth vibe right now? Like, no, bro, but it's something you do every night and every morning, brush your fucking teeth.
Yeah.
And that's something you just have to wire your brain, really just turn a few ticks and get it in there where it's like, okay, I am going to start running in the morning. Okay, I am going to work for 8 hours, but I'm working for myself creating content. You know what I mean? That content's going to bring value. And eventually that value that I'm bringing to these other people might bring value to my life back in return.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's selfless service at the end of the day. I think like the really big revolutionizing people of our time really thought about how can we make building the car or building the fucking Steve Jobs building the fucking iPhone.
Yeah.
Fucking Elon Musk building the Tesla. I think it was really they really thought about how can we move society forward in the best way possible. And that's one thing I want to do with my brand as well, is I want to work with really cool businesses that are really new, hip, that are doing something really cool. I really
forward thinking almost.
Exactly. I want to because the cool thing about being an entrepreneur is you get to choose who you fucking work with and the people that you're with. So I want to work with brands that are really for example Gianni in the ATM business, fucking making the cash deposit seamless and easy.
Yeah,
that shit's cool to me.
My bad to interrupt you, but that the reason I do like that idea so much is because the process of inserting your card and then as first world problems as it is now in America specifically, we're very spoiled with what is the word when something's quick? Convenience. We're very spoiled with convenience.
Instant gratification.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So people want to put in their card, and you're sitting there and it's is this total correct? Yes. Is it cashback? No. Cashback? No. Is everything good? And then still processing. It takes you have to insert your card, and granted, it doesn't take 10 minutes, but it takes a solid minute, and then you take your card out. That's the seamless is really where it's heading. Have you guys ever seen the movie where they have the time in their wrist?
Yeah, isn't that with Justin Timberlake?
Yeah. That's
scary.
It's like that. I would never get something like that at me, but I'll just be a dinosaur.
That's scary. So imagine having time on your wrist. It's
and that's your life. Literally.
I mean, imagine it says you have 50 years left, and you're just this is cool. And then one day you do some weird shit, and then all of a sudden it's you have 1 day left to live. Fuck. I think that's probably the plot of the movie.
Dude, I'd be so scared. I'd be so scared to do shit if that was the case, bro.
I'd be I gotta do something different. I have to do something abnormal.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, no, it was part of it. It was if you went to the bad areas where people didn't have a lot of time, if you were there with 50 years, you were getting robbed. People were gonna take your time and take your life literally. That's crazy. Yeah, hey, that's actually one of my favorite movies.
Hey, press the button.
I don't. Which button?
I don't know.
Pick a color. Fuck it.
Yeah. Do green. Do green.
Let's see what it is.
I like that. That's cool.
That's right. When you get your time stolen, I guess.
That was perfect.
You got fucking robbed.
that's what the other guys play for you.
No,
we need to definitely up our sound effects. These are mostly the ones that came with.
Yeah, it's all the ones that came with.
Yeah,
those are cool though. Those are cool.
They'll definitely prove good later. It's gonna be nice once we start just throwing them in.
I'll say one thing. Lighting and then your cameras 100%.
Yeah,
100% get your cameras and all that shit too.
Yeah, we gotta get that for sure.
Up your quality.
Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. Like I was telling you before the podcast, it's we really just want to start because the average person. Let's think the average person that goes in on an adventure on their self, right? They may not be the most well off to buy a camera and buy lights and buy all this and buy 5 mics and all this and that. So I like to see specific, like with us, I think one of the advantages we have is that we are starting so rough in a sense, because it's going to show just that much more when we do finally get the financials that we need and do like grow into like this podcast platform that I know we can be, and just this general platform that I know we can be, then it's going to look so crisp, and like it's going to, like at that point it's going to really be like wow. And I want people to be able to come back and look at this and say like, oh shit, look at these guys, like all three of these guys net worth was not $1 million when they recorded this. And you know, 3 years down the line it's like wow, now all these guys are millionaires, look how they're recording the same episode, you know what I mean?
No, I respect that.
I love
so
that
much.
shit,
I mean,
you
this
know?
guy, yo, if you guys don't see this shit, there's a fucking bed here. That shit's dope, dude.
We're in
It's
the
a grind,
bedroom.
you know what I mean?
So when I was making videos and shit and making the when I first started podcasts, bro, I moved my bed out of my room and I just put a table and I was sleeping under my fucking table.
Wow.
No,
Dedication.
I've thought about I've thought about taking my bed out to turn this into a complete studio, and I was just like, I'll wait a little bit, we'll see how it goes. But no, it could be like a legit full room studio if I really wanted.
Dude,
to
you
be,
can. This is a really good space, guys. Like this is super dope. I really dig it.
Hell yeah,
I appreciate it.
I want this. This is dope.
Yeah,
Those
are
Does this
really
actually
cool.
make a difference?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. So we used to record with, before we started doing video, we recorded with the desk turned like this. So one person would sit there, and then somebody would sit there, and then Donny would sit here. And like the people that were talking from this direction over to here, like the reverb was just like terrible. Like the quality was just
crazy. It was like echo and shit.
It was a straight up echo.
It just wasn't really good. And
you guys have like some good mics too. Like the mics are really.
I do like that. My voice sounds crisp.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I made sure I got
some more podcasts.
I made sure I got decent mics in the beginning, because my buddy who we did a podcast with, he's like, you don't have to go all out and get like $100 mics or a few $100 mics, but like don't go cheap with it. He's like, you're gonna end up buying new mics and not like them if you just go cheap right off the bat. So like, I had to find a good middle, but no, they're decent. I like them.
Yeah, they're really good.
What tips could you offer, EJ, to people that are like maybe trying to do something similar to what you're doing, or creating, you know, video content for these companies, or people that are trying to create video content in general, you know, being somebody who's at this point, how many hours, before I have you answer this question, how many hours do you think you've put into your craft?
Oh my God, I don't even know, bro.
You think you're at the 10,000 mark yet? Getting close?
Probably not.
Yeah, that's a lot of
but
hours,
I think what makes us different is that we fucking actually tried. You know, like I'm not afraid to ask.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid to like start. I mean, like the hardest part is fucking starting.
100%.
So if I did say that if I had to say something to the people that were trying to like make content for like video or for brands and businesses, like figure out where you can start and then just fucking go from there, bro. Because that's
100%.
what I don't know a goddamn thing. Like I'm still starting out and shit too.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like figure out how you can start, and then it will lead you guys to like the right path, the right place. And it's like don't think about it too much. Just keep trying, just keep going, get better, and then you will see. Like I'm starting to learn a lot about my business in itself. And it's like there's like things I need to fucking work on. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like I need to do this shit, like getting an LLC. Like that's important.
Yeah.
You need to get an LLC because like it helps business owners and you like with your like taxes and shit in terms of like legality reasons and all that shit. And like transferring money. Like I didn't know that. I'm like in the process of trying to figure that shit out. Like stuff like you'll figure it out. Like honestly, who gives a fuck, bro? Like fucking live your dream. Like fuck it. Like who cares?
Yeah.
Like do your shit.
Just go for it.
Yeah, live your fucking life.
Hell yeah.
Like fuck everyone.
No, I think that's actually great advice. And I think people are so afraid that they have to figure everything out before they start. And it's just like you don't have to figure everything out. It's like you said, like if you want to start a podcast, just figure out how to record and how to post it. Just figure out those two things. And then once that's done, then go to the next step. Then move on to the next step. Then go to the next step and just learn as you go. Yeah, no, I think that is great advice.
Yeah, dude. Like no one gives a fuck, honestly. Like no one's watching you. No one's like.
And even if they do give a fuck, why do you care? Why should you? You know,
like they're all gonna care. They're only gonna care about you fucking winning, and they don't give a fuck about your losers. The only person that cares about your losses is fucking you.
Right, that's true.
You're your biggest enemy, your biggest critic, your biggest everything. That's one of the biggest things I be trying to tell people when I see that they have not necessarily mindset like issues, but like their mindset is just like. Say I told you like, oh EJ, like you should go record a video today, man. Like, isn't your business booming? Like, you should go record a video today. And you're like, I mean, I have a few more other things I got to do. I don't really want to do it. You know what I mean? And when I see, and I'm not saying you're like that because you're the complete opposite of that, but like when I see people with that mindset, you know, I just want to tell them like, dude, just flip the switch. Stop telling yourself no and why you can't, and just tell yourself why you can and why you have to.
Yeah, I respect that, man.
You know what I mean? Just get it done,
dude. Tell yourself I fucking said so. I did. Like, because I want to.
You would be so ashamed to let. This is one of my favorite things that I came up with. You'd be so ashamed to let somebody else down, like let your boss down, for whatever reason, or let your mom down, or let your dad down, or let your brother down. But you won't. You're not. It doesn't matter if you let yourself down to so many people. You know what I mean? Like that's your first person.
Mm-hmm.
If you let yourself down, you're ultimately going to always be letting everybody else down.
Yeah,
because they want to see you succeed too.
Yeah, 100%. I think like going off of that, it's fucking responsibility to have like for yourself.
Yeah.
Like fucking call yourself out and shit. Like be responsible. Like one thing that I've understood, like doing what I do and then being around the people that I meet like with, like it's the fact that you know that you can do more. Like if you because I like what changed my life is fucking reading. So if like you guys like read like fucking read, like you guys should fucking read books like all the fucking time, because you don't, because like for example, like I wake up at 6 a.m. The first thing I do is I shower, and then like I play like some type of audiobook, because if I listen to myself the first thing in the morning, I can't listen to like the negative, the pessimistic me, because I can't listen to that. So I try to like fill my fucking brain with shit that's not me. So like I listen to like very like, it's not motivation. By the way, motivation isn't really motivation. It's just people trying to like get you off your ass. So like if you really want to like get some like fucking like charismatic and enthusiastic, just learn more about yourself and learn more about your craft, or learn more about something in the world that's going on, or like just something that's fucking like excites you. So the first thing I do in the morning is like I listen to shit that like really fills my brain, because when you're the first time you wake up and when you go to sleep is when you're most relaxed, and when you're most relaxed, that's when your brain can consume more information, because it's like a sponge. You're more relaxed, you're like in this thing called theta state. So if you listen to things first thing in the morning, it'll resonate more with you, because it's able to absorb it better. So if you guys ever wake up in the morning and like you guys feel like all fucking fucked up and shit, like I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it, play something that you learn, and then play it in the shower, drink some coffee. It'll resonate with you guys a lot more. But
yeah, I need to go back to that. I actually used to just wake up first thing in the morning, like turn on like my favorite podcast, or turn on a podcast, like while I'm getting ready, while I'm drinking coffee, while I'm showering, just like use that first hour and a half to just try and learn as much as I can.
We're so engineered by our like past and everything that we are. So like figure out how you can like fill your fucking mind with positive reinforcement things, knowledge, information that like actually helps you.
Me personally, I don't get up early, but when I do get up, if I'm not late for the gym, I'm up and I'm in the shower. I like listening to classical music. Like I like to hear some pianos in the morning. Like I feel like it just really like it's like it kind of just like it like makes me feel free in a sense. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it's,
do you know
like,
what lo-fi is? Lo-fi?
Like lo-fi
like music,
like beats.
Oh yeah, beats.
Yeah.
Oh man, you should listen to that. It's cool.
Yeah,
it's like
like they have like the lo-fi compilation like beats on YouTube and shit, and they play those.
That's cool. I was trying to like I was like thinking about listening to classical shit. It's like soothing and shit.
I have some really good ones. I'll send you a few that are really good.
Only because
beautiful.
Because I was watching only because I was watching the Avengers and I saw Hulk. So Banner. I saw Banner listening to like classical music and shit. I thought that was fucking hilarious.
Hell yeah. Every now and then I'll listen to classical music, but for some reason, like it just never crosses my mind to do it. Like if I happen to see like a classical music thing come up on like my newsfeed or something like that, I'll be like, oh yeah, listen to some classical music and relax, because it really is very relaxing.
Sometimes I feel like it makes me work faster too. Like when I did go to college for a year, I had this like 5-page speech to write, and so I took an Adderall, and then I fucking and then I put on some classical music where I promise you I had that shit done in less than 2 hours. Like easy money. Like I was like
yeah,
like, if it could have been a video montage of me just typing like while the classical music
Adderall is tight, low key. Adderall.
Yeah, for sure.
That shit'll get you locked in. We are not advocating for Adderall though.
No,
like,
but real quick,
definitely don't do it.
Real quick, I'll tell you a funny Adderall story. So I had an English final, and like I think I had taken like a total of like 70 milligrams, and like not all at one time, but like over like 7 or 8 hours in the morning before. Because I would wake up, take 20, go back to sleep for an hour, wake up, be ready to go. And then I took like one more 20 or 30 milligram. And then it was like right before my final. And I was
Of
like, oh no.
Adderall?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And then I was like, yeah, no, it was bad. Like when we would study for finals, like we would binge Adderall. And like that's the only time I would take it. And I haven't taken it in a while. But yeah, and then on the way to school, I was like, oh man, these Adderalls are starting to wear off. Like, I got to take another one. So I took another one. I was up to like 70 milligrams. And like, obviously then they all just started hitting me. And like, I was so jittery and like, just like shaking and everything. And then I think our final was probably like almost 3 hours, like 2.5 hours. And it was all just writing. I took the entire time. I think I wrote like 10 to 12 pages front and back, just nonstop, just writing. I wrote like 12 pages
Dude,
worth of
you know they give that
writing.
shit to like middle schoolers and shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
no, I'm not a fan. Like it helped for
Yeah.
school and binging and all that, but like I don't like the way it makes me feel. It makes me feel like a crackhead straight up. Like, I'm like antsy and jittery and like it's a lot.
I feel like they're
straight up.
I feel like they're so quick to like tell kids like, oh, you have ADHD, or oh, you have something wrong with you, or oh, you have dyslexia. You know what I mean? As soon as like one thing comes up, you know, I feel like they're so quick to tell the kids that like you have this and you need to take this to make you better. But it's like you don't necessarily like. Back in the day, you know, when they didn't have all this medicine, like they were all right, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
and before
in
they
the scope
had
of
all
things,
these,
they were not all right sometimes.
I think it's like well now the amount of information that kids consume is just fucking ungodly. Like literally they can go on their phone. Like think about it. Every fucking kid has a phone now. They're just consuming so much content information.
Especially if they have TikTok, like they're probably on there for
exactly.
hours.
Like think about how fast their fucking brain is reciprocating that information, and they're just like, oh, TikTok. Like, of course they're gonna have some fucking like they're like fucking, you know, they're just like not focused. Of course they are.
I was about to say, with the internet, just so many distractions, so many things going on. Like everyone has to have some sort of or some form of ADHD or distractions.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think doctors are pretty quick to give kids that, and some kids end up obviously performing better, and maybe they end up getting off the medication, and it was just a time frame. But I know some people that still take Adderall to this day, and like,
you guys want to know?
I think they don't necessarily.
Do you guys take medication?
I don't at all.
Like,
no.
I have been diagnosed with something unfortunate called the gout.
Oh, word. Wait, what is that? Can you explain?
So, the gout is basically it comes from having too much of this thing called uric acid in your system, which comes from eating like red meat. And fish is really high in
like
uric
pork
acid.
And shit?
Pork is really like not something you want to eat. It's just like, it's my dad's dad had it and my dad had it, and
it's
so
like a hereditary.
Yeah, it was like I'm pretty much fucked, you know. And
shit.
I'm pretty fucked.
But I take this pill every day for that, and it pretty much helps me. Like, cause like so what it does is like if your uric acid levels get too high, like it would get to the point where like my ankle would literally be swollen up, and like I couldn't like I have a video of my friend Antonio who made this this jacket right here. He actually has a video of me fucking on like one of the things in Walmart that you drive on, and like I was going to get like icy hot and like all this shit, and, like I was walking out with like a cane, bro. It was no joke, bro. But I'm good now, you know. But that's really all I take. I don't take ibuprofen or Tylenol or any of that fucking evil shit, you know.
Yeah.
I'll take like Advil stuff like if I have a headache or like every now and then. But I don't take like regular medication. What about you?
Yeah, I think being like Asian, my family doesn't believe in like medication.
I don't think like ibuprofen and shit like that. Like I think it works, but I don't think it's like actually beneficial for your life.
Like, dude, I'll tell you something super weird.
Like you get ulcers and shit.
Dude, I don't get sick. Like
I feel that.
I don't have like flus and shit. Like I haven't had a flu in like years. Like the only time I got sick was when I was like 10.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't have like
because you're not on that ibuprofen.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I just don't get sick. But I feel like if I do get sick, it's gonna be really, really bad.
Yeah. I'm the same way. Like besides like 2 years ago when I went to jail and like was trapped in a room with like the sickest person I've ever fucking seen in my life. Like that was the last time I got sick, and I was sick on Christmas. Like the only times I ever get sick is on Christmas. Like it's the weirdest thing. Like I'll be sick. I was sick like 2 years ago on Christmas, and then the last time before that I was sick was like 7 years before that on Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, and those are the last 2 times I can remember being
bro.
sick.
That's hella scary.
Yeah. So now I just like around Christmas time, I just really like, you know, lemon, honey.
I was about to say
honey, ginger, big staples in my diet. Hot tea.
Oh yeah.
Fuck that.
How long have we been recording?
We're at 45 minutes.
What?
Right now.
How long is your podcast usually?
So we try to aim for about an hour to 2 hours, and then kind of depending, like, what time do you need to get out of here by?
Oh no, I was just wondering.
Oh yeah. So like if
an
we- if-
hour, 2 hours is good.
yeah, if we're just
yeah.
do you know what I mean? We don't try to go too much
Yeah,
longer than 2 hours. Then
No,
people
this is
are-
a good conversation.
yeah,
I like it,
exactly. We're not Joe Rogan yet. Elon Musk isn't here. Like they did you guys see that podcast?
Elon Musk's
The
podcast.
3.5
Joe
hour
Rogan?
one or something like
Yeah,
that.
it
I
was-
didn't finish it. I
It
was
was
watching
so long.
it.
One of the favorite things from that podcast though is like Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. They're like drinking, and like Joe Rogan's just drinking like casually, and like Elon Musk like keeps going back in for more ice cubes and like pouring himself some more drink, and like you could tell
They're-
like 2 hours in he's like low-key a little buzzed.
He's
and shit.
buzzing, yeah. Do you guys know what the Boring Company is?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know exactly. I know it's Elon Musk company. Is that the tunnel one or is that something
the
else?
flamethrower in the tunnels.
Oh, the
Yeah,
tunnels.
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that was a flamethrower company.
The
But
Yeah.
guy, the guy that we shoot content for, he has the fucking flamethrower.
Really?
really,
Bro.
no way.
That's like the
Bro.
cheat code to content. Like if you have the Elon Musk Boring Company flamethrower, like your content's great. Like
Dude, this guy was blasting that shit. And this shit goes like think about right here. It'll go all the way to the bed.
yeah.
That's
Just
crazy.
Fucking ripping it.
I think it's the largest indoor flamethrower. Like it's like the safest. It can go has the biggest flame, like the safest.
I'm scared, bro. I was I was debating if I wanted to fuck with it. I was like, nah, bro, I'm gonna fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that
Burn
thing
some
was,
shit.
yeah, it'd be cool. My buddy made a homemade one, so like that shit was sketchy, but like it worked.
Hell
He
no.
literally he bought like a water gun and like hooked it up and like it actually worked and it was like
Oh,
a
shit.
flamethrower. It probably was not as safe as like Elon Musk's, but
Dude, just do the thing.
Probably not.
No, 100%. Do the thing with the lighter, where like you take off like that one part and then
Oh,
fucking, like,
yeah,
let it
the
rip and
crack
shit.
lighters.
Yeah, the
Have you
crack
guys
lighter.
ever thrown a lighter on the ground?
No.
and they explode. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was if
What?
if neither of you guys have done it, I'm like, oh yeah, just try it.
No, dude,
right here, I got one right now. Fuck it.
Actually, one time it was a crack lighter, and I smoked a bowl, and I literally just tapped the bowl to try and just like cash it out, and the lighter exploded, and like it kind of hurt my hand, like it was a shock, but I looked and like my hand was fine, but like the lighter literally exploded in half
Oh shit.
in my hand. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know if I want to ever use a crack lighter again.
Right. If you guys ever want a cool party trick, you can pour lighter fluid out of a lighter in your hand, and then light it.
And then it'll flame. Oh, you're cool.
It doesn't burn your hand?
Yeah. That's how I get
Huh?
at the ladies.
No, it doesn't burn your hand. Like plus 10 chicks, easy.
Disclaimer: don't try
Like,
this.
nah,
at home.
My
Don't
mom
sue us.
actually dated this guy at one point named Matt, and he did that shit. And
Yeah.
I've never done it because I don't know if it burns your hands. or
Yeah,
not.
I was about to say,
So-
let's not
scary.
recommend
Yeah,
this.
so
but-
That's
fuck it.
scary, bro.
Well, I'll take the backlash. If somebody's
Ooh.
like, Jake, I tried the burning flamethrower challenge, my hands
That's
are
expensive backlash.
3rd degree seared. I'd be like, all right, well, you can have 1,000 shares of accordion.
Oh,
That's so
man.
funny. Do you invest at all, EJ?
No, I've been wanting to. I just like I was actually having this conversation with someone. It's like, oh, you should get into stocks. I was like, dude, I want to, but it's like fucking I'm just so focused on like building shit. Like maybe when I get more money, I will.
I hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel it.
It is hard. Like once you're so focused on something to stick to it, and just like it's hard to manage, especially once you have your time management down. Like adding something new into that is just like,
Oh yeah.
it's like it's like UFO. It's
Yeah, I think the hardest part about having like that entrepreneurial mindset is that you want to do everything, and like at some
Oh,
point
yeah.
you have to contain yourself and you have to draw the lines. Like at first, like I think I started all 3 of my podcasts within like the first few months, and I'm like, I could have kept going. I probably would have had like 10 podcasts if I didn't just like stop myself. Like, yo, stop, work on these for now, figure it out, learn it, and then moving forward, maybe you'll create new podcasts, maybe you'll add them later. But like, yeah, you really just have to like contain and control yourself to be able to like master the things you're doing instead of doing 10 different things.
I agree. It's like
But-
it's like moving up a mountain, and then it's like you see a path, and you're like, oh, look at the fucking path. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you go like right, but like the goal was to get to like the top of the mountain, but you're like going left, and then you're fucking going right,
Right.
and it's like, oh shit, I'm still in the same fucking place.
right.
But yeah, no,
Yes.
definitely that shit. It definitely deviates you from the fucking like actual main goal, because if you're so like if your attention is so sporadic towards like certain shit or different things, it's like how will you ever like get good at like one thing?
Mhm.
Like mastering
Exactly.
your craft is like,
And that
yeah.
comes back to like tripling down on your strengths.
100%. Yeah.
Really just
yeah.
honing in on what you're, especially if you know what you're good at. Like, why not take advantage of it? Because there's so many people that are like, they're like, oh, what are you good at? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably drawing. I don't know. I like YouTube.
Like breathing.
I'm really good at making cereal.
Yeah, people are just- I don't know. I like food. I like cooking.
I watch Hell's Kitchen a lot.
Rick and Morty's dope.
Yo, Rick and
Yeah.
Morty is the shit for sure.
That's funny.
They're like, they're just sitting there. Yeah, I review Rick and Morty episodes.
Dude, listen, you can go on YouTube and then review a Rick and Morty episode and then fucking get paid for that shit.
Yeah,
Dude, one of our podcasts is actually It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We're going episode by episode and ranking it and like doing reviews and talking about every episode. Like that's our best performing podcast right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, no, people love that shit.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, you guys are gonna crush it. Like over time, like just like let shit happen. Fucking you guys will.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
In like 3 years, we're gonna come back and we're gonna all sit in the same spot, but it's gonna be a different studio.
Well, hopefully, I'm not in the same apartment.
Yeah, no, we're all gonna be crushing it,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like one eye and shit. I'm gonna be like fucking.
Fucking EJ, what happened? Oh, I went to Davy Jones' locker.
My battle scar.
Jocko, I thought you were doing video content.
Nah, bro, I'm in war.
I was like, that was the front.
I'm Jocko Willink now. Do you guys know who Jocko Willink is?
No.
Oh my god, bro. He's this fucking guy he's like a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And he posts like Monday motivation shit. Like he's just like a complete
his name's
badass.
Jocko?
Jocko.
I think I know who that is.
He has like a book and shit.
Has he ever been on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, he's been on Joe Rogan. Yeah, check it out, dude.
I know. He's like a buff. He's
is.
like super buff.
He's like
right?
he's a complete badass, bro.
Right.
Like the way he references his life is through war references.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking.
Like, Jesus Christ.
He's like, I was there.
He's like a modern day Spartan and shit, bro. It just blows my mind.
Man.
I'm about to look that up. That's wild.
That is funny. What's his name? Jocko.
Jocko. Yeah.
Just Jocko?
Yeah, I sent him a message. I was like, hey, what's up, Jocko? On Instagram to see if he would reply back and shit.
Nothing yet.
Who's this fucking Asian kid trying to like talk to him and shit?
Hey, that's actually something I want to talk about though, because don't be afraid to reach out to people. Especially if you can send messages to a celebrity, so to speak, you know what I mean? Or somebody who has a bigger following, reach out. Especially if you're just starting up. Like it never hurts to reach out. I mean, you're already at a no if you don't. I think a lot of people are so afraid of failure. And I have this poster in my room. It's a Kobe Bryant poster, and it says, if you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail.
Oh yeah.
Right.
100%.
Like if you can't even fathom the idea of mustering up the courage to at least try because you're so scared, like just using like talking to girls, for instance, when you're younger, you're like, all right, you go tell your homie, hey bro, go tell her I like her.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell her she's got a fat ass.
Yeah. Oh man. That is so funny. Like I remember being in middle school, like getting girls was so like just like different. Like
100%.
You're just like so.
I feel like you just don't know.
You want to be my girlfriend? You ask them to be your girlfriend, like, and then you just like don't talk to them for the rest of the day.
It's just like hormones and shit.
Yeah, it's
all
just cool.
know.
It's just cool to be like, yeah, that's my girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend. I haven't talked to her in like a couple days, but
I gave her a hug this morning. It's really no big deal, boys.
Saw her in first period.
Saw her in first period and put your head down.
Oh, that's so funny.
I was tired. I had to sleep.
Sorry, babe.
Man.
You text her though. Sorry, babe. Had to sleep.
This is an interesting podcast.
Right.
Yeah, we got slightly derailed in the past few minutes.
That's all right though. I kind of like getting derailed a little bit because it allows people to like see like you're not all business. You know what I mean? Especially like it allows people to see I'm for sure not all business. Party.
Yeah, dude. One thing that I've learned about vlogging, you guys know what vlogging is, right?
Yeah,
Vlog your life. It's not about the shit that you're doing. It's about who you are as a person. People don't come to because you have cool fucking effects and whatever the fuck. It's about like the fucking person you are.
Yeah.
And people come for you because it's like hanging out with a good friend at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. I think
for sure.
Especially like I've been seeing a lot of people, who are streaming on Twitch. Like Twitch has become so big. You know what I mean? Like so many people. Like I don't really know how the payment system on there works, but I know so many people who are streaming video games. Like, I don't know them personally, but I know so many people are streaming video games on Twitch and doing all this and that on Twitch, and they're making so much money from it because these people do want to come and just like hang out with them, so to speak. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. It's like, hey, I'm gonna go play this game, and
it's like PewDiePie.
Yeah, but like, does anybody know how many subscribers PewDiePie has now?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Does he still have the most, or does Mr. Beast have the most? I think Mr. Beast might pat. I'm gonna look it up.
Did he beat him?
I think that's what I was saying.
I don't even know who that first person is.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something.
Mr. Beast, put me on one of your videos. I want to win 10K.
So I had a business meeting with a Oakland Raider, or no, Las Vegas Raider now.
Yes.
And then this guy wants to shoot like video game content.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, that's hard.
And he's like, dude, this guy's like 6'7", like 250 pounds, big motherfucker, and he wants to like compete and shit, like in video games. And I was like, that's fucking crazy, bro.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And he was
And
like
he's a
asking
writer?
us to like shoot content for him. He hasn't gotten back to us. I actually have to check up on that. But
Note to self.
Note to self, yeah. But dude, it's crazy. It's just crazy how he's like a raider and he's like trying to like make video game content.
Dude, the video game industry is going to grow insurmountably. Mark my words. When you can play virtual reality, fucking Pokemon and fucking Babe. You remember Beyblade?
I remember Beyblade.
Let me tell you an idea, EJ.
Let it rip.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You remember how they used to battle in those big domes and the fucking
dude, I
the
used to have one.
monsters would come out?
I used to have one.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
But you know how like the monsters would come out and in real life they don't come out, right?
Yeah.
Now we have VR. So now imagine you put on the VR goggles, I put on the VR goggles, and we're fucking let it rip. And we're
fucking
seeing
let
this
it
shit
rip.
That's
battle.
big brain. That's
It's
big brain. I like that.
genius, bro.
That's cool.
They're
as
lucky
fuck.
I don't have the money for it now. But
Nostalgia?
Nintendo, get on your shit.
Fucking nostalgia, bro.
Yeah.
Just imagine putting that shit on. Fucking
Let it rip. Bro, I'm
playing
getting
Yu-Gi-Oh and shit.
Do you guys remember? Did you watch Beyblade?
No.
Okay.
I know what Beyblade is, and like I had Beyblades, but I didn't really
Did you watch
the show.
Beyblade like
I fuck with Beyblade.
okay,
yeah.
so like you remember the episode like where he's like the dude, he's like, how can I make you go faster? And he gets like the 3-step running start and like he like
Happy
jumps and
Gilmore
lets it rip.
Beyblades.
Yeah, he was like, I need to build up more momentum, and he's like, let it rip. But he's like, that's not fast enough. So he steps back like
Oh,
3
man.
Fucking
steps,
ran up to
and he
the
runs
thing.
up and he jumps. He's like, let it rip. He beats him, you know. Oh man.
Dude, you know,
Oh,
and then it was
man.
Bakugan. It was fucking Bakugan after. And I was like, this shit's trash.
Yeah,
This
I
shit
wasn't. My
sucks.
brother liked Bakugan. I was
That
like,
shit-
I grew up on
that's-
Beyblade,
yeah,
bro.
that
You
shit's
guys can
gay.
get the.
I don't know.
fuck
Yeah, I
out
don't know
of
what Bakugan is, but I definitely remember Beyblades.
Beyblade
Like we
was
had
the shit.
like the little plastic stadiums
Exactly,
at home and stuff.
yeah.
But I'm telling you, bro, the video game industry is going to go crazy, and the people that know how to design video games and make video games, the people who are really fucking good at playing video games, the people who are good at streaming and have good personalities, and then the people who know how to code and design different aspects like of shit like that, they're gonna be the ones making all the money in that sphere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's
you-
not gonna be good enough to be like me and be like semi good at video games. You know, gotta
Do
be
you guys know what
great.
NFT is?
I've heard of that. It's
It's
like
non-fungible tokens.
Yeah, like in
Uh-huh.
the crypto.
Yeah, in the crypto area. So it's like called crypto art.
Mhm.
So it's like this thing where it's like you make digital art online, so like on your computer, and then you sell it for cryptocurrency, and it's like it's like for money. So there's
The
got
only one I've heard of was the Top Shot one.
oh really
It's like with sports. Yeah. So like basically like they'll have like a clip of like Steph Curry shooting a 3 and
Oh,
you can
really?
buy and own that clip.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I was thinking about it because I was watching Gary Vee's shit. He's like, this is like it's like modern day sports cards trading
Mm-hmm.
because people are like making it by hand.
Has he
like,
gotten really big into that? I haven't been watching Gary Vee as much lately.
He's
Is he really big into? I know he was talking about getting really big into the sports cards because
Oh, in sports cards?
Yeah,
He's been in
oh,
sports cards.
Oh, I don't know.
Because
But the- all the
I know
NFT
he was saying he was doubling down on that. This is super off topic and my bad, but I
Oh.
know I haven't watched him in a while. I know he was saying he was doubling down on the sports cards because of everything that was happening with like the Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so
I
yeah.
don't know. I just know that because like my Jeremy's like really good at like digital art, and I was
Yeah.
like, bro, like fucking make some digital art and sell that shit for like because there's a guy named Beeple. He sold his shit for like $700,000.
Yeah.
Like, and it was just like digital art,
Yeah.
and then like people were like giving that shit. It's like you know how Mona Lisa was like a thing. It's like the new like way.
Yeah,
to,
I
like,
just saw.
make
Yeah,
shit.
someone just made a. I don't know the exact style of it, but basically they took someone's profile picture that's big in crypto, and like they basically like made a digital art out of it, and it just sold for like $100,000. I think
That's
like
fucking
today,
wild,
like
bro.
yesterday or today. Yeah,
How do you go about making digital art?
I have no idea. That's,
Like
that's more a question
just
for
going
you.
to like Adobe Illustrator and shit.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, it's like lines and shit, bro.
Oh, right, all right, word. I'm thinking of something like completely different.
It's like
I'm like,
it's like modern day. So like think about a paper, but now you're just doing it like on your computer.
okay, yes.
Oh, so
it's
literally just like-
hey, look, I took graphic design in high school, man.
Exactly.
We use Adobe
Miss Aslan?
Illustrator. Yeah, Miss Aslan.
Yeah, you
we
know.
use Photoshop.
Yeah.
I traced myself. I made my poster.
Same
Come on,
shit.
man. I
same
got my
shit,
credentials.
but
okay.
digitally.
Okay, I
Yeah,
get it.
it's crazy.
I was thinking
bro.
because we were talking about crypto. I'm thinking like it's like this weird shit. Like you got to go mine some weird
Oh, no,
crypto
no.
and like sculpt it into an image. I'm like, whoa, how do you do this?
Dude, speaking of which, speaking of crypto or Bitcoin, the guy that we were talking to with the ATM thing, dude, he had a Bitcoin miner. That shit was crazy, bro. It's like this big, and it's just like a piece of fucking like equipment that mines Bitcoin.
yeah, that's
just-
wild.
you know,
That's-
like-
I'm sure he's had it for a while now because that it was.
I have no idea, but it was
insane.
crazy. I never seen one before, so it was like it blew my mind.
Yeah, I've seen him like pictures and stuff like that. Yeah, it's literally just computer power that's just solving insanely hard math problems.
I'm about to be like the guy from Despicable Me and go rob all the Bitcoin miners in the world. Monopolize that shit. Fuck. I'm just kidding. I'm a good guy. I don't steal the moon
He's a nice
or anything.
guy. He's a nice
Yeah.
dude.
You gotta be a nice guy, bro. In the end, the nice guys will prevail. I'm confident in that. You know, be an asshole shit happens to you.
Do you guys look at yourself in the screen a lot or not?
I try not to.
Yeah.
If I'm sitting, I sat there last time,
Yeah.
because our boy Derek was here and he sat here, and like when I was there, because I'm turned more, I was looking at myself so much, like.
I feel like I don't look at the camera enough as much as people would like. Like
Yeah.
if you guys are talking, like
Yeah.
I want to look at you and listen.
Oh,
to you.
yeah.
So like it's
Yeah.
tough. I don't know.
I would, yeah. I like it because it's like if we're all just like sitting here and we're talking to the camera and shit, like
It feels like a news show.
Yeah, it might seem a little, breaking news. It might seem,
You know
a
what I'm
little
saying?
corny.
Yeah,
but,
you guys got the fucking setup for it and shit too.
because at the end of the day, we really do like want to emphasize the aspect of like getting all these people that are trying to be successful and that are successful on, but also it's just a conversation, like, and it's like, because there's so many people that have so much to offer in this world, right? Like there's no way that me alone could learn all the information in the world, and to say so or to say I know everything would be ignorance.
Yeah.
Right. Even me and Donny, there's no way between the two of us we can know everything in the world. So now we have the opportunity to bring somebody like you on, and all the things that you know that we don't know, we get to talk about, you know, and now I get to learn more, and the people listening get to learn more. And that's why I really like to emphasize like the conversation aspect of it. Like I would never want somebody to come on here and feel like it's like strictly like a robot-esque interview, like
100%.
where it's just like I have like 10 questions right here and I'm gonna ask them, and when we're done, it's like, oh, all right, thanks for listening to High Expectations, guys. Check in next time with us. Like,
yeah, if that's the case, then make a fucking YouTube video about it, you know, then like, you know.
Exactly. We could have done that. Like if we wanted to achieve that, we could do it in 15 minutes.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I like this long form of it. It really allows people to see what we're like, see what our guests are like. And that's like the whole idea is, you know, let's create this platform where we expose more platforms and more people.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is super important, because of the fact that, like I said before, it's about you. It's about you at the end of the day. It's like you personally branding. The reason it's called personal branding is because it's your personality being fucking shown to people.
Yeah.
Because people will do business with people that they like.
Exactly. Business is 80% networking and connections.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And Vegas especially, like I've seen it so much more. It's just like it's literally who you know.
Especially in
like,
Vegas.
Yeah, like you can go to
LA.
you can talk to like certain people, and you're basically like one or two people away from anybody in Vegas. Like like a friend of a friend probably owns owns casinos, or probably owns a bunch of land, or owns a bunch of whatever. And like, yeah, it's just like it's not many people away, and people out here are really good about networking and working together, and especially platforms like it's free. Like it's not like we have to pay to be on each other's platforms. Like it's a podcast, it's a conversation, and then like you said, we're just recording and sharing this conversation that we had. And at the end of the day, if we got 0 listeners, like I would still keep doing this, because the information and knowledge that I'm gaining and that I'm learning,
people you're meeting and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool as fuck. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think, dude, like you, I'm like, guys, like stick to the process.
Yeah. 100%.
You guys are gonna fucking crush it, bro. Like just having conversation with you guys, it's good, bro. It's fucking good.
I appreciate
it's fun.
that.
Yeah, I appreciate that too. Yeah.
We're having a good time. Let me ask you, so this is kind of like a 2-part question. Who, before you really started content creating, right, did you have any people who inspired you to maybe want to do that? And now that you are fully entrenched in the content development, and you're working with brands, and you're arguably, you know, really ramping up your business and reaching new heights and just constantly growing, who do you look to for inspiration, or not necessarily maybe motivation, because I know you get your motivation from the people around you, and but who do you look to for those words of advice?
I don't know, dude. It's more like philosophy. I think at the end of the day, like one thing that you have to be careful of with the amount of information that we're consuming on a day-to-day basis is like who you're listening to.
100%.
So I can't really say I have a for sure person that I listen to. I listen to a lot of people, but it's because I need to work like on my mindset as a person. So if whatever goes in that space. So it's like, okay, if I want to be a fucking video content creator, then I need to listen to people that actually fucking did it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, like knowing the personal development and all that shit is super cool. But what you want to do is you want to watch the people that actually fucking did it.
Yeah.
And that could be anybody, you know. So it's like, for example, like look at Joe Rogan, you know, look at like Lewis Howes. You guys know who Lewis Howes is?
I don't know.
He's good. He's good. Lewis Howes, Jay Shetty, like all these really good people that have really good podcasts. Aubrey Marcus, he's a fucking fantastic podcaster. So these people that are, I look at people that did it. I don't stick to one person. I just look at the people that fucking like have done it. So if you guys like, if people are looking for like mentors and shit or who listens to do, like figure out who's doing it in your space, and then it's like making songs, bro. It's like people remix songs and they add like their own little sound bits, and they make the song better and they add like samples and shit.
Right.
It's like how Cardi B and Drake, like Drake pulled his music from places like 20 years ago. It's fucking nuts. And it's like crazy. That's what everyone does. So you have to look at people that actually did it in your space and learn from them. How did they do business? How did they think? Why did they think that? And then kind of like having to do the research in your own time to figure out how to do that. Like, it's like, if you guys want to build a fucking insane podcast, and look at the leading people in the podcast industry.
Right.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I was just that was a great explanation. I was just really interested because I know a lot of people do the way you explain it is great, you know. Definitely look in your space and find what is going to work for you and learn how to do it. Like if you're learning how to edit videos, then you need to go sit down and watch somebody use, you know, whatever program you're using and fucking put in. We were just talking about this earlier. You know, you got to put in 15 hours for 20 days to even get remotely good. And that's a big thing. You know, just really putting in the time to just make your craft what it is. I personally, when I look for inspiration, I do try to look a lot more towards myself, because like at the end of the day, you really only do have yourself to rely on when shit gets rough. So I agree with you in the sense that I don't look necessarily for outside inspirations, whereas I look for people to see guidance as to how to necessarily do something specific that can move me toward my goal.
100. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, only you. That's why I'm like super careful about how I treat my people, because of the fact that, like, listen, I don't know what the fuck you need to do. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck goes on in your life, and it's up to you guys to figure that shit out.
Yeah.
And one thing that I try to really stress on them about is like, you guys need to figure that out. I can't tell you, like, even though yes, I'm the guy that made Big Brain Studios. Yes. But the thing is, like, what at the end of the day, you guys are all your own, like in all your own spaces. Like Aiden's good at music. Jeremy's good at like graphic art. 2 different spaces. I can't be that person to fucking like
tell you them exactly what they need to do.
You guys, like, you need to figure that shit out. Like, so you gather the information, you do the research, you figure it out, like what works for you at the end of the day. And and it does take some like time to look at other people and what they're doing.
I say this all the time on here, this quote from this monk, where it's like, you talk to these people and you get to know them for such and such hours, right? Like, for example, we've been talking for about an hour now. So you could hypothetically say, if we never met each other, I'd known you for an hour now. But how much time do you spend talking to yourself and really figuring out how much you know yourself, you know? Like, you may spend all this time worrying about other people and thinking about other people, but how much time do you really spend asking yourself these questions? What do I really like? What do I value? What am I trying to do with my life? What am I going to do with my life?
That's why it's so important to have a morning routine. Because if you because think about it, like, for example, if you guys are trying to run your thing, then fucking from 10 to 10 p.m. is you making shit and doing business.
Right.
So you need to figure out how to schedule time for yourself. And like, I even have to schedule my time with my fucking girlfriend. It's fucking crazy. Like, I gotta like block out like a couple hours for, like, and it could be 4 hours, and it's like, but after that 4 hours it's gone. But it's so important to have a morning routine, because you need to prime yourself for the day. You need to prime yourself for the things that you're doing, because if you can't take care of yourself at the end of the day, then you can't take care of the people around you. 100%.
And I'm big on making just like the daily checklist. Is wake up in the morning, it's like, what do I need to get done today? How am I going to do it? How am I going to execute it? Kind of plan the day and then execute every single day. And I think the days that I don't plan, I get way less done, just because I feel like I can't get as much done because I didn't think about it and plan ahead of time. And I feel like it's just kind of like an inefficient waste of time.
100%. Less is more. What I'm beginning to understand, like, less is more. Like, if you're able to figure out what's the biggest priority in your life, then I would start scheduling it around that. 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree with that too. It's like you don't necessarily have to pick 7 things to get done today. It's like, what's the most important thing to get done today? Let's pick that and let's spend all day and just fucking kill that aspect of it, and then move on to the next thing. Yeah,
right,
no, I like that too.
Right. Like I'm also seeing, like, for example, like in my business, what I'm seeing is like I need to hire another editor because of the fact that I need to be spending more time like getting on like business like or sales calls with people that are want to do business with us.
Right.
Like I because I can't, like, yes, I can edit, but what I'm seeing is like I can't spend my time doing that when I can, like, when, for example, like I have Jeremy like editing the videos for me. What I can be spending that time doing instead of like watching him edit and all that shit is like finding more clients. How can we find more money? How can we grow the business? How can we scale the business and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Right.
So
I really like that.
there's 2 of you too. There's fucking 2 of you. So it's like you guys can, like, figure out some shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we get it going for sure. We definitely try to divide up the work. Donny was doing a lot of it in the very beginning. I just ran the Twitter, but now we divide it up a little bit. You know what I mean? I carry my weight.
Yeah, we're about 50-50 now.
Now. Yeah. But I honestly, your guys' business is really gonna do well because I feel like like I said, you have the first movers advantage, especially out here locally in Vegas. There's not a lot of people, if any, really doing the content creation for brands that you guys are doing, at least on this level. Where do you see the business going, in 3 to 5 years? Like ideally, what's average, like what's the average day for you, like, or like where's your business heading? Like,
so I've actually had I actually spent some time thinking about this. I think we talked about this. I want to be making videos for companies that are moving the world forward.
Yeah.
I want to like be a part of technology. I want to be a part of culture. I want to be a part of music. I want to be a part of like just everything that's going on with the world as of now. I want to be like modern, I want to be like a modern day business doing modern day shit, like just being really connected with what's going on. Because if I can make videos of what's actually happening in the world right now, it'll keep me very humble and like I'll have the humility. It's like shit. Like there's so much like shit. Like for example, like there's like 500,000 like refugees in Bangladesh right now. Like that's cool to me. Like not cool, but it's like that's real.
Yeah,
that's
it's something
real.
you'd be interested in.
Yeah, it's real. And it's like, for example, like companies that are moving, doing big things, like I don't know what it is. I haven't spent some time trying to figure out what it was, but I know that that's what I want to do. I want to like be a part of businesses that like actually are propelling the world for, like, for example, Tesla.
Innovative and beneficial to the overall scope of the world. I agree, man. I think honestly the whole market in general is about to start shifting into these businesses that are green for the earth and that are presenting some alternative variation of an industry that we've already been using that isn't necessarily the best for us. Where did the name Big Brain Studios come from?
So it's from gaming. So I realized it was like a gaming thing. My friend Grant,
like when people say like big brain play.
Yeah, big brain play. My friend Grant said like, oh, that's big brain. Like he was like, I forgot what we were talking about. But he was saying, like, he was telling me some fucking crazy ass idea. And then as I was trying to figure out a name for the company, like what I seen was like what people do their companies after or name their companies after. It's like some like catchy, like easy to know, like think about shit. It's like, for example, like Google, like, sorry,
you're good.
like Google, like Amazon. Like what the fuck is Google? Like what the fuck is Amazon?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is Apple?
Right.
It's like easy to remember.
Name their shit Apple.
Exactly. Like they literally named it fucking Apple.
They're
so
like one of the biggest brands.
Exactly. Like fucking Nike. Like what is that? Like
right.
What I've understood is that it just needs to be easy and simple to remember.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like the big brain thing, man.
Big brain.
I'm gonna start using that instead
of
saying, like, oh, that's smart, that's genius.
That's
Like, oh, that's big brain.
That's big brain.
Yeah. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
No, and that's what, like, that's how I feel like I noticed, like, even like just noticing that you were doing that was because of the name. You know what I mean? Like as soon as I saw, oh, Big Brain Studios, oh, what are they doing?
Yeah, eventually I want to start like outsourcing to like music. I want to start outsourcing, like, for example, like real estate. I want to eventually outsource to like record labels, all types of shit. I think that's
I have a couple people in real estate that if you're looking to go into soon, that maybe I'll be able to put you in contact with.
Oh, yeah.
We'll obviously talk after this, but yeah,
100%. That's why like Gary V, if you look at what Gary V's doing, he has Vayner, he's Vayner Sports, Vayner Media, Vayner whatever, Vayner Wine, Empathy Wines. So that I think that's the biggest thing. Is like, for example, like what you guys are talking about, like personal branding and all that shit. It's so important to like you don't have to stick to one thing. Like you can fucking start.
You can branch out within. Yeah, and like when we were talking about focusing on one thing earlier and not getting distracted, it's not necessarily saying your business has to be singular minded, but that your business can actually branch out into all these different avenues, but still focus on your business and don't necessarily take your attention away from that. Man, this is why I don't get high before I do these. I always forget what I'm gonna say. Fuck. Yeah, one of you guys.
I mean, unless you guys have anything else super important to say, I think that was a good place to leave it. But that's up, it's up to you. If you got one more thing,
I feel like I did have something. Somebody tell Ejay, tell us a story, bro. Actually, yeah. While we're here, since I can think about what I was gonna say, we do this thing. I've been doing it the past 3 episodes. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Right.
And this segment is called Microstories.
So
the idea behind the segment is that you will tell us and the people listening and the people watching a story, ideally in about a minute.
Oh shit!
The best micro story that you can tell us.
It could be crazy, funny, exciting,
it could be anything.
No parameters,
any topic, no parameters at all. But are you up for the challenge? If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it.
Did we put this? Do you remember that conversation I told you about the weed?
Yeah.
Did we put down?
No, that was not being recorded. You want to tell that one?
So 1 minute, let's go. So I was living in a trap house where these people were selling drugs. The owner of the house was a guy that had a dispensary out in Humboldt, California. He would drive back to Las Vegas and he would have us sell shit in his house. So we threw parties, like Project Egg parties, to sell weed and make money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You literally said that in like 30 seconds. So that was that's the only micro story we've gotten that's actually been under a minute. And that's pretty crazy. So like, just to elaborate on that a little bit more without the micro stories. So like, were you, when this all happened, right? Were you recording video content already?
No.
This would have been some interesting content.
Just in the trap, just wrapping it up.
This was like a 20, like right out of high school, bro. So like 2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So so after that, where did you go after that? So you get
I moved back to my parents.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got bailed out.
Yeah, you're like, you gotta kiss some toes.
Pay him back and shit,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in jail for like 3 days. I had to put on the fucking orange suit on and shit. If my parents didn't bail me out, it would have been like 4 months in jail or 3 months in jail. And like they checked they had me cough and shit to make sure I wasn't like hiding any like fucking weapons and shit.
Did they give you a phone call and that's how you called your parents, or your parents just were like, "Oh, he's gone. We have to look for him."
Dude,
they found you.
Listen, I'm an idiot, bro. I don't know anybody's numbers.
Oh man. Oh no, that's not the place you want to be.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like,
that was like my biggest problem when I went to jail. I was like, fuck. I was like, I know my number.
That's all I know is my fucking number. But yeah, so quick little backstory. What the fuck was going on with me?
Awesome.
Yeah. But that's why I don't like smoking weed either. I get paranoid as fuck.
Yeah,
I get
feel that.
Super paranoid. It's hella weird.
It does that.
It teaches own. Yeah,
it does that. Dead ass.
Have you guys ever been paranoid? Like,
for sure. Yeah.
Not as much anymore because like I just smoke so often. But like when I first started smoking, like I'd be sitting on the couch like just paranoid. I see my dad and be like, oh yeah, he knows I'm high. Fuck, I gotta just get out of here.
He didn't give a fuck.
My parents are kind of cool. My mom really tripped on me early on, so I got in trouble for smoking weed and ditching school, and they gave me a ticket. But I was 18 or something, and they didn't call my parents, and so I took care of the ticket, and it was all fucking good. And I left the ticket, like I literally taken care of it the day before, and I left my ticket in my what's the rear view mirror thing? Not the rear view mirror,
the visor.
Yeah, the sun visor thing. I put it right up there, and I remember I was like tired as fuck or something, and my mom comes into my room and she's like, "Oh, let me see your keys. I need to get in your car for something." I was like, "Oh, they're right there." Like just tired of shit, not knowing what's going on. She fucking leaves the note on the leaves the thing on my seat. So when I get in the car, I know she'd seen it. She sent me this text like talking about like fucking how terrible of a person I was.
Oh man,
That's
But-
crazy. She was
but
pissed.
She was so mad, dude.
was she more
but-
mad that it happened or that you just tried to hide it?
No, bro. She was more mad that she like back in the day. My mom thought weed was just like a drug, you know.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
now
that's how my
now
mom
my
is.
mom's super cool with it, and my mom is like, you know, my mom will smoke a joint every now and then, but you know, and
I
it's so
feel
funny
that.
because she took my fucking car away. I was literally riding a beach cruiser bike 3 miles to work. I was working as a lifeguard, and it's so funny. She took my car away, and now she'll like ask me like, "Oh, do you have a joint?" I'm like, "Yeah." Here.
Well, she be smoking like that?
So not often, no, not
Oh,
often,
hell
not
yeah.
often, not often,
Smoking
That's
weed,
so
mom.
funny.
if at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mom
That
has
would
like,
cover my bases.
my mom has such a bad like rep with drugs and shit because her like family was like gangsters and shit like in Hawaii.
Oh shit.
So like she has like a really bad like taste in her mouth about drugs and shit. So
Yeah.
she really like when I got fucking caught up with, she was like, it's like the end of the world. Like
Yeah.
fucking, like
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You know, I just took from that experience, you know, I'm not when my kids come home and they're talking about trying to hide like smoking weed from me, first of all, I'm gonna know like immediately. Like as soon as they come home
Oh,
and
yeah.
like they're like looking at me and they're like looking away, like looking at me, I'm like, yeah, you're faded.
See,
Yeah,
but now
you-
it's just so weird because it's gonna probably by the time we have kids, I mean, depending on where you live,
be
obviously, it's
legal.
gonna be it's just such a
Yeah.
weird thing. 'Cause it's gonna be such more like an alcoholic situation where it's just like not alcohol situation where it's more just like, oh, you're not old enough to do it yet. Like you're only 16, 17, like just wait till you're older, blah blah. It's not like a completely straight up illegal drug. But
Bro, it has benefits. It's weed, you know, it makes you paranoid.
do you
if it
guys
ma-
do you guys go to the dispensary?
oh yeah.
Which one do you guys go to?
I kind of move around. I go to this place called The Source sometimes,
Source is good.
Nevada Made.
Mhm.
I go to Acres.
Yeah, down the street, I literally just go to the dispensary. That's
Yeah,
the name
the
of it.
dispensary is
It's down the street from here.
Yeah, it's like 5-10 minutes.
that's
from here.
badass.
yeah,
Yeah.
they have good deals at that one. It's
That's
called
badass.
literally the dispensary. They have
How much is it for a J? Do you know?
Oh, probably like
Joint's probably like $10.
10 bucks.
$12 with
That's not
tax
bad.
about. Yeah.
That's not
You
bad.
could actually go to The Source and get like 5 for 25 joints.
What's the most that you guys can buy from? Like an OZ? Like
An ounce.
you
of
can buy
J,
yeah, you
okay.
can buy an ounce of
100.
weed. If you buy an ounce of weed, you can't buy anything else. If you buy like a half ounce of weed, you can get 3.5 grams of wax as well.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, man, the limitations are
Yeah.
great.
And that's just per day. Like you
So-
can technically go buy an
Yeah.
ounce today, an ounce tomorrow, an
Yeah.
ounce the
if you
next
smoke
day.
all
Oh,
that,
so
if you
it's per
smoke all
day?
that in one
It's
day,
per day,
yeah,
yeah.
you come back.
Fucking clip this and send this to them.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
Like hey, we're marketing this shit for you,
Hey,
dog.
bro.
Yeah,
I go to
yeah.
your dispensary. Your shit gets me faded. Just send me the
There's
check.
actually-
Listen, I have a podcast.
Right.
Come on my fucking Yo, imagine getting the owner of that dispensary you guys pick up from on your podcast.
Yeah, no,
Right,
there's
that'd be
actually a
great.
decent amount of dispensaries that we weren't aware of the first time when we are going to like pick up and do some video content that a lot of places will let you record inside.
Yeah, so we're about to kind of make that a little niche, and we're gonna do all the ones that'll let us record inside. We're gonna do individual videos for those dispensaries, just so like when people come into town or people maybe that don't know, like it's not necessarily something that we feel like we need to do, but like if somebody comes into town, like, oh, what dispensary in Las Vegas should I go to? Now you see fucking Donny and Jake smoking weed and talking
Dude.
about what dispensary you go to.
Dude, imagine so for example, like you would sorry, am I not talking to the mic?
Oh, you're
you're
good.
good.
Yeah,
You're
you're
good.
fine.
Imagine like shooting. Okay, imagine like hitting up this owner and then like he comes on your podcast and like you guys hashtag the dispensary and shit, and then you guys are the first fucking person trending.
Yeah,
on that
exactly.
hashtag. That shit would be
Exactly,
that shit would
yeah.
be clean, bro.
Yeah, that'd be ideal for us for sure.
Hell yeah. That's the move. That's the plan.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully, but we'll see. I honestly, with our podcast, like I said, it is just a cool place for us to come and conversate with cool people and spread information. And for now, that's what it is. And like anything it blossoms into, like it's just we're absolutely grateful for
Yeah,
it. You know
hell
what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, hey, that's a big thing too. How do you how do you stay grateful in your life? You know what I mean? Like you said, you stay grounded. How do you focus on the bigger picture? Like, is there anything you do specifically? Like, I know you said having a morning routine. Is there anything else you do? Like, do you feel like your girlfriend really helps you to stay grounded, or specifically whatever I had just said before? I don't know. See, this is the brain right here. My brain literally goes
Yeah. No, I get you.
fires on all pistons, you
Um,
know?
I think it's important. Like, for example, like, do you guys have like a lot of homies?
Yeah.
Like, how many?
I would say I have probably like ideally like 6 good friends.
I would say like, yeah, probably
6.
about that. But then since I was in the fraternity, like we're still in a group chat with about like 20 of us that like
Right.
I'll hang out with periodically and that I
Right,
would consider
yeah.
friends. But yeah.
I think talking talking to the people that's closest to you. You need that outside perspective on your own life, because you need the introspection of like what's going on with you, because you're so focused, and sometimes you can like derive from what's happening, and you don't notice it because it's so unconscious.
Yeah, it's like being influenced.
Yeah, exactly. So I think talking to the people that care about you the most, and then really having that conversation with them, it's like, is what I'm doing good? Like, is is me running Big Brain? Like, for example, I talked to Jeremy and Aiden a lot. I'm like, yo, am I doing good? Like,
Yeah.
am I okay? Are you guys good? Like, do we need to do anything? Do I need to do anything for you? That helps me be grateful, because like I get to see like what kind of needs and what they're going on in their life, and it makes me think about my own life, and I can see like I'm the bridge. So that helps me be grateful. It's like having to,
that you have that ability.
yeah, you need that fucking, you need to have really like the amount of uncomfortable conversations that you have with the people that are closest to you, because the people that are closest to you know you the best.
For sure.
So if you can fucking have that conversation, if for example, if you guys are business partners or whatever the fuck it is, you guys like have that conversation, like, this is what we need to be doing, like, this is what the fuck needs to happen, like so what's the goal? It's like, oh, we want to make fucking 7 figures. All right, so what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
100%.
like and that makes me grateful, because of the fact that I have these people in my life that keep me in check.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
I
I agree with
appreciate
that.
It's that's rare, bro.
Yeah.
That's super rare. Like,
Yeah, it's one thing to be homies, but it's one thing to be good enough homies with somebody to like not just fucking kiss their ass all the time, and fucking you tell them straight up like, yo, I need this from you. Like, if we're especially being in business together, you know what I mean? If Donnie's gonna hit me up like, bro, you haven't done the ads for this week, we need those for our episode. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be accountable in that sense. And in the same sense, I'm like, Donnie, I got the ad done. Donnie's like, well, the episode's not posted until next week, brother. I'm like, Donnie, you gotta be accountable.
Exactly. For sure.
Yeah.
Do you want to take us before we head out? Do you want to take us, one of the things I remembered I wanted to really bring up? Do you want to take us through the process of, so you get these new clients, right? And they tell you that they want you to do whatever type of video content you can for them. How do you guys approach that situation, and where do you really go from there? Like,
So
once you get a new client.
So we have this thing called a shot list.
Okay.
So the shot list is like, we have like a giant iPad, like the new one. So we like, okay. Let me tell you this. So there's a structure behind videos. To have really good video content, there's a structure behind it. So for example, if you want to have an informatical video, you'll have like a hook, you'll have an intro, you'll have the content, so the body, and then you'll have a bonus, so your personal thoughts, and you have a CTA. CTA is like call to action. So we are, depending on what we do, we use the structure to implement on, depending on what they need. So for example, if it's like a cinematic video, like some fucking movie shit, then what we'll do is we'll have a shot list, and we'll write out like, okay, so this needs to be an establishing shot, this needs to be a wide shot. There's a lot to like making film. Like this, we need to, it's a process. So we write it out before we actually shoot everything. So when we shoot, the process is seamless and easy.
Okay.
But no one knows that we do that. We pretty much plan what we want to shoot.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that's like the behind the scenes of like, you see the video come out, but it's like, how did it all happen? That's kind of what I wanted people to like, kind of see and understand. You guys get these new clients, and then like, I didn't know that there was a video format.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, and that's awesome. I feel like a lot of people probably don't know that. A lot of people are like, okay, I need to film an intro, and then I need to film what I'm talking about, and then be like, all right, peace.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The biggest thing is like, how can your message? So when we're shooting for brands and businesses, the biggest thing that we think about is like, what is the message that this brand needs to be delivered, and how can we do that in a video format? So that's how we bring our value up in the marketplace, is like so you have, so all right, so John Doe's business, you want to generate more fucking leads, here's the fucking video that's going to do that.
Right.
So you have to know what they need before they even know that they need it.
Exactly.
And that's how you become valuable to them. So it's like, I want to go over my services. All right, we know exactly what to do for you to go over your services.
Yeah.
And yeah,
that's solid. That's
Oh,
very
yeah.
solid. I got everything I needed from what you told me right there. For sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's awesome. I hope everybody else got what they needed. Let me ask you one more question, then we could probably wrap it up, unless you have anything else you want to add specifically. Besides Big Brain Studios and your business, what is one thing you want to do in the next 5 years that's maybe not related to business?
Not related
You
to
can
business.
tell this guy's an
Like,
entrepreneur.
I'm
He said, "Huh, not related to business." Let me scan my brain.
I know, because like everything I do. Shit, man. I want to give the money back to all my family. Like honestly, like to be super vulnerable. I'm not in a good place with my family right now because of the fact that they see me doing the things that I'm doing. It's a really self-conscious on their part.
Mhm.
Because like one thing that's hard for people to accept is that if you're trying to do something and then they know that you come from the same place. So that's why I appreciate you for bringing me on the fucking podcast.
Gotcha, brother.
One thing that people see is that if you come from the same place, they think that you can't do it because they didn't. It's like a super, like it's like a very in like
It's a very fucked up way of thinking.
yeah, it's like insecurity.
Yeah, 100%. And also just it's insecurity, and it's also just it's almost a variation of hatred, because it's like because you weren't able to do something, you don't want anybody else to do.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's also
It's
a
a
little
resentment.
bit more of I think it's a little bit of that, but I
Resentment,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah,
also
yeah.
like a cautious act of where like there's also a reason why they didn't do it or why they didn't think they could do it. So they think that you're stuck in the same position. And like
Exactly.
I also think that while it might be envious or whatever, I think it's also like a parenting just looking out for someone. It's
Yeah,
just
you don't
like,
want to get their
I want
hopes
you to
up in a
have that
sense,
safety
but
net. Yeah, exactly.
but I feel like once you dive in and say, "Hey, this is what I'm fucking doing. I'm gonna
Yeah.
fucking do it." Like you do need that,
It
that
gets
support from
Mhm.
everybody.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
And if
And
you
I
don't
think
get
once
that
you become
support,
successful in it, I think then they start to come around and be like, "Oh, we knew you could do it. We
I
knew
knew
you could do it." Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason they were saying you couldn't is because they just wanted you to be off in a better place because they really
Exactly.
thought that it was too tough to do or
Yeah,
whatever. But
exactly.
and I see it both sides.
But yeah, one thing I do not related to business, I want to give a shitload of money back to my family.
hell
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And honestly, I don't want to. I want to like give a lot of money to them and kind of like just like disappear as like a digital nomad.
Yeah.
And like they don't know it.
Hell
Like
yeah.
they won't know where
You're
it
like,
comes
all
from.
right,
and
we're
shit.
we're square now. So
Like
you
I want my
know,
mom and dad to have like fucking millions of dollars and
Yeah.
shit, and I'm like they're gonna like wonder where that comes from, and it'll be like a note from me or something. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like hey,
you just get
I
a
fuck-
wire and
exactly,
it's in Bitcoin, but
exactly
it's wired.
like
Yeah.
hey, I fucking did it. Here's your money,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
like fucking
That's
dip
awesome,
out.
dude. You
Yeah.
got it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a very charismatic individual, and I can tell you're very driven. And just seeing what I've seen on Instagram and talking to you for this hour and a half we've been talking, I know you're gonna do good things, man. We
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
have had you on here if you weren't, because I like to bet good. You know what I mean? I like to run. Come on, Black. You know,
Yeah.
we like to have people on here that I know are gonna really be successful.
Hey,
in the
you
future.
guys too. You guys are gonna fucking crush it,
Hey,
bro.
thanks,
we
man.
appreciate
Keep fucking
that.
going.
You know,
Keep fucking
I like
going.
to
Hell
say,
yeah.
I like to say, if I'm involved, it's gonna work out. It's like
One
something
way or
I like to tell
another.
myself. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you're involved, it'll work out.
One way or another, we'll get there.
Like,
Hell yeah.
I think it was one of my buddies the other day, and they were talking about, oh, such and such has another podcast, and I was like, man, these boys really fucked up because now I'm involved in a podcast, and once I'm involved, it's pretty
That's
much
funny.
up.
Yeah.
But man,
I mean, what's your guys' goal behind the podcast? Just to like have like cool people on and shit.
I mean, ultimately, dude, we'd like to do events. We'd like to do all types of things. Like, I mean, we're gonna start doing more video content under the High Expectations name. We want to branch out and do as much as we possibly can while maintaining the idea of our brand.
I think
and-
eventually we kind of wanted to turn it into a 501c and be more like a charity type thing, and then also have the content on the side. So like if we can make money for ourselves, do that, but kind of
Yeah.
host the events and stuff to be a charity and kind of, like you said, create change in the world and actually get in
Exactly.
touch with people who can go actually like make that happen.
It's
But
more about like having the platform to be able to speak these ideas and speak this positivity and love, and like allow people to also speak their parts. And you know, eventually, yeah, like I said, most of our money is probably going to not come from podcasting. So like if we can use the podcast to give back to people and give back to the city and give back to whoever we can give back to, then by all means we want to do
Yeah.
that. Like first and foremost, just like, because ultimately, like what good is being rich, you know, if you're not helping people out, you know, you're not giving back and you're not actually making a difference in the world. Like the world is so fucked
Yeah.
up as it is. Like all we need is, you know, a few good people, men and women, or you know, whatever you identify as. I identify as a basketball. I guess I've seen that Family Guy episode. He's like, I identify as a basketball. But
That's
like,
funny, yeah.
whatever you do, you know, I just think we need more good people in the world that are willing to, you know, we need more positivity in the world. Like the way our system and the whole world is really ran, it's fucking corrupt as shit. And like, it doesn't work for the majority of people that live in it. And, you know, ultimately through gaining this platform, hopefully we can have a hand in changing that, you know, and like doing what we can. It's all about doing what you can.
100%.
Spreading information and creating change in the world.
Yeah.
I say were our two main goals.
Yeah. I'm glad that you guys take that responsibility of sharing this shit, because that it's honestly a huge thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Huge thing.
Hey man, well, you just gave a lot of value to all the people
Oh,
listening.
yeah. Where can they follow you at?
Yeah.
so-
Shout out everything you have right now.
All right, so you guys can go to Instagram, bigbrain.studios, or we have a website, bigbrainstudios.co, not com, because Google didn't let us have com for some reason.
Fucking
man.
Google.
They didn't let us have the domain because they're assholes. So.
Well, the High Expectations domain is like $500,000. They want 6 figures for it.
Are you
so-
Yeah, they wanted over
serious?
100
Yeah, they want
grand
6
for it.
figures.
Yeah.
They
That's
want 6 figures,
crazy.
yeah, so we offered them 0.00001
Hell yeah.
cent, but they haven't got back to us.
Yeah, so or you can go to Instagram, ejay.tee. Other than that,
Yeah, we're gonna link everything.
Hell yeah.
Everything will be linked below on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts,
Mhm.
Spotify, Pandora. Play us on the podcast while you're on the way to work. Watch the video if you are just kicking it in on YouTube. This has been really great. EJ,
Hell
do you
yeah.
have anything else that you would like to say to the wonderful people listening?
oh yeah, you guys are the wonderful people listening. Thank you.
Ah,
Thank
thank you, man.
Thank you for coming on. Hell yeah.
You guys are dope.
We appreciate you, man. You're dope.
yeah.
I expect to see big things from you. And who knows, maybe 1, 2, 3 years down the line, we're gonna be doing one where we're all on a yacht and millionaires.
Yeah, let's run
Actually,
that shit.
what am I saying? Who knows? I know. We're gonna be doing it.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it, boys. EJ, thanks for coming on. Everybody, thank you for listening to High Expectations with Donny and Jake and EJ. And we just had a great time. And
Hell
peace the
yeah.
fuck out.
Woo!
Hell yeah. Once again, I'm getting like a
Donny, bro, you gotta stop drinking shit before we podcast, bro.